Hi, I'm Dr. Mila Brujic. I'm joined with Daddi Fadel today on the Optometric Insights Show. So today we join with Daddi Fadel from Italy. Daddi, I don't know if you remember this, but we actually had the opportunity to first meet several years ago. We were both part of a meeting. It was the International Society of Contact Lens Specialists. I had the good fortune of being invited by Dr. Greg Denaire, and that experience kind of changed me forever. The passion for ocular surface disease and contact lenses that we shared there was just absolutely awesome. And you emerged immediately as a leader. Like this, when I heard your lecture on scleral lenses, I immediately wanted to talk to you after, and I had all these kind of questions and things, and I still remember that discussion. But Daddi, take us back, give us a brief history on where you went to optometry school, when you graduated, and when you really started pursuing a passion for scleral lenses in particular.
Oh, thank you, Mike, for inviting me. It's such a pleasure to be here. Yes, I remember our experience. The first time we met at the ISSO, and I was invited by Greg Denaire also. So it was wonderful to speaking to you also. So yes, I started optometry. Before optometry, I studied optic. I had the optics studies. Then I felt that something was missing to the optic field, and I wanted to deepen my knowledge in optometry. I didn't know that optometry existed until I studied optics. So there when I discovered optometry, and I wanted to deepen my knowledge in optometry. Then I started to the studies in optometry in 1998. It was a 4 years course. I finished it in 3 years.
Wow.
So in 2001, I graduated in optometry, and I started to work. I was working while I was studying, so I did both things together. That's how we do optometry in Italy. We used to do it. So I don't know now if students work and study at the same time. I did that. So my passion contact lenses and specialty contact lenses started since my first years in optometry. Indeed, I started to lecture the first year as a student on contact lenses, and then scleral lenses emerged. Wow! I studied the old scleral lenses, the first, the earliest scleral lenses in PMMA at the school, but it was a forgotten lens. So when glass permeable lenses were available, and the interest in scleral lenses globally was gaining popularity, I started to get interest in these lenses. But my true interest started in 2016 when Tom Arnold invited me to the first international scleral lens contact in Miami. The first one was Miami.
Yeah.
So I discovered another point of view of scleral lenses. And also when I went to the GSLS, and there I saw your approach, the American approach for scleral lenses. So in Italy it was okay, scleral lenses, but we were afraid to fit that. We didn't know anything. There was not a lot of literature on it. So we were afraid, and still some practitioners are afraid. When I went to the GSLS, I saw such an interest and such an investment in these lenses. And when I came back to Italy, I told 2 of my colleagues, okay, so I want to go to the US. And they told me, no, stay here in Italy and do whatever you want here in Italy. I told them, okay, if I stay here in Italy, I will bring that word in Italy. And then I founded the first Italian Academy of Scleral Lenses. It was the first one in the whole world after Scleral Lens Society, discussing only scleral lenses. And then the interest in Italy became much more higher in scleral lenses. And when we organized the first international meeting of this academy only on scleral lenses, I noticed that there is an interest in all Europe regarding scleral lenses, not only in Italy. So when I finished my presidency in the Italian Academy of Scleral Lenses, I wanted to continue this spreading knowledge in Europe.
Well, Daddi, that's actually what I wanted to ask you a little bit more about, because you really kind of sprung onto the scene as a scleral lens expert, and really what you've added from a knowledge-based perspective is unbelievable, because I think you offer two perspectives. One is that international perspective, but two, just the content, the information that you always deliver is unbelievable. Like, what propels you, somebody who, I mean, I'm assuming you're probably in a busy practice, you're fitting patients with scleral lenses. What kind of takes you and motivates you to now say, I want to contribute to this more than just the patients that I'm caring for? Like, I want to take this to the next level and help educate other practitioners, and not only in Italy or Europe, but I mean, I see you at GSLS, I see you at all the conferences. Like, you've taken it to the next level. Well, what kind of inspires you to do that?
I really don't know. I just feel it. I think it's passion. So I discover things. That's exactly what happened at GSLS. I learned so many things. I felt that I cannot keep these things only for me. I have to transmit it for other people. And that's why what I wanted to bring that word here in Italy and in Europe. I want everyone to discover this thing, not only for a personal purpose as a practitioner, as me as practitioner and other people, but the benefit that these lenses can give to our patients. They need them.
Yeah.
I just finished an application now for a normal cornea. My patient had a normal cornea, but high astigmatism. He wasn't at all happy with the spectacles. He tried with soft contact lenses. He wasn't happy. Vision wasn't stable, and he was so frustrated. It just fit him with the final lenses. He was so happy. He told me, I feel myself. The quality of life now in 1 hour is extremely higher than the one I had coming here. So this is a normal cornea.
Yeah, but you gave them something extra. You gave them something bigger. You gave them something better. So
the benefits of these lenses.
Daddi, it's so your energy even across a Zoom screen, your energy and your passion towards scleral lenses is something that's just contagious. Make sure you subscribe to the Optometric Insights podcast. We're interviewing Daddi Fadel here, and Daddi, you know, this is a podcast intended for practitioners. I love you are kind of become this kind of iconic person in optometry with your presence, with everything that you're doing, with all the research that you're doing, with the article that I just saw you wrote. If you could just give practitioners kind of 3 key pearls with scleral lenses, if somebody is, whether they're experienced or whether they're a beginner, just kind of 2 or 3 pearls that you can say, like, these are the 1 or 2 or 3 most important things with scleral lenses to help build your success. Because obviously we can't share that in, you know, the next 3 or 4 minutes, but something that you just feel like these are the most important key points to becoming successful with scleral lenses.
Yeah, first thing is to study, to get reliable sources to fit scleral lenses. They have to study the scleral lenses. So the first thing is study. Don't be afraid about complications. Of course, they need to monitor closely the patients, but they have to study every complication they encounter, because these are very important to progress in the fitting. We have so many sources now on scleral lenses. Books, websites, GBLI, Scleral Lens Society, so many webinars going on there. So follow these. And the third one, put the patient first.
Yeah.
Not your own interest or your passion for scleral lenses or any other interest. Patients come first.
Yeah, Daddi, it's interesting. So when you bring that up, I love those 3 points that you gave. First and foremost, I do think with anything that we do clinically, I think education is key. I love the fact that even every time I've heard you lecture, you always talk about the benefits of any technology that you're describing, but you also, as an eye care practitioner, you discuss some of the potential risk factors, how to avoid those things as well too. But I hear it too. You have this kind of resounding passion towards patient care, and ultimately kind of this never-ending pursuit of how can we take it and now make it one step better for our patients. Daddi, this has been an absolute pleasure. I could literally sit here all afternoon and just keep picking your brain on clinical topics. Unfortunately, this is really kind of all the time we had. I hope you guys enjoyed this introduction to Daddi Fadel. She's just a fantastic practitioner. Please make sure you subscribe to the Optometric Insights podcast, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Optometric Insights show. Thank you.